Welcome to the Executable podcast. It is a wonderful Monday afternoon. It will be July 18th.
18th, yeah.
I figured that out on the spot.
That's today.
You are joined by your wonderful host, Phil, and your wonderful other host, Jake. Hi, Jake.
That's
how you
right.
doing?
I'm doing good. That's me.
What's up?
Not too much. Not a lot.
Not too much. What have you been up to? How's life? It's been 2 weeks since we've
Yeah, it's been 2 long weeks of playing games and consuming media.
Just being another slave to the internet.
Yeah, and also working.
That's what time to rise up. The Labor Party shall rise again.
I
gonna
feel
overthrow.
Like we're getting really
I'm
political.
overthrowing this podcast. It's no longer a video game podcast. This is a podcast to spew my communist propaganda.
These intros are getting really political. Last week was all about Donald Trump.
Hard times.
Yeah.
And that's why we play video games.
Yeah, rather than talk about the crazy stuff going on.
Like the communist uprising.
Yeah.
The theme this week is that this recording is being recorded and the Red Scare is happening. That's the theme.
What? Our theme is that we're in a bomb shelter. And
and it's Fallout. Yeah. It's the Fallout universe, and we're like that radio station.
I've got a bag full of bottle caps here. I really actually have it.
You're rich.
Yeah, I have 100 bottle caps. That could get me like some ammo. Sorry, go ahead.
What have you been playing, man? What have you been doing?
What have I been playing recently? I've been played a bit of Riders of Icarus. That's pretty good.
I got in on a little bit of that action.
Yeah, a little bit. What level did you get to?
I have no idea. I just know I got to the point where they let you loose, where you start where the other players, you can see other players.
It's like right after the intro.
Yeah, after that the game stopped working for me, so I gave up.
Yeah,
now I'm gonna take all your opinions.
Okay, you had like full screen problems, right? Like it would go black.
Yeah, it was a bunch of weird.
And then it wouldn't go back.
Alt-tabbing issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, So I mean, it's pretty good.
So,
go ahead.
How far? Like, what level are you? How far did you get?
I think I'm like 10 or 11. I got to like the big city, and I did some quests after that, and then I went back, and then I just stopped playing because, I don't know. I just ran out of time, I guess. It's pretty good though. Like the pet taming and mount taming is pretty cool.
All right. So wait. What is
Cloud
Riders
gaming.
of Icarus?
Oh, okay.
What is esports?
So
what is what? Well, yeah. Give me the rundown on Riders of Icarus.
It's like so Riders of Icarus is an MMO fantasy MMORPG. It's like the world seems really pretty generic so far. Like you got castles and dragons and shit.
It reminded me a lot of Terra. The few I played a bit. It reminded me a lot of Terra.
So controls wise, you can play it action style or hotkey style, and they even recommend like
World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So they even recommend like if you're playing a caster, you probably want to play hotkey because you like tab target, hit your spells, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And for melee, it's a lot more fun to like click attacks, like left click swings your sword or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not fully action combat like Terra or Elder Scrolls or Neverwinter. It's like you still target stuff, and then your abilities still only hit that. So like I'm assuming you saw some of that when you played.
Yeah, it was kind of like I would say bootleg action combat.
Yeah, like it feels like action combat, but you still have to have the thing targeted, or you won't be hitting it.
But there's also some big element of mounted combat in that game, right?
Yeah, so when you're on a mount, you get a whole new action bar and stuff like that, and you can equip like a weapon for your mount, I think, stuff like that. But I haven't been able to do any of that yet. I think like around like 12 or 15, you probably start to get into that. Yeah,
Wow.
but I haven't yet. I have some mounts that I've tamed, but that's it.
And so you can get mounts like very early on in that game.
Yeah, pretty much like probably 30 minutes or less from where you are in the game, you get your first mount, and you can just tame stuff after that.
And you can tame almost anything, right? That's like their big hook.
Basically any animal that's big enough to ride. So you can't tame like small stuff.
Mm-hmm. Even flying animals, right? You can even tame. There's like a flying Pegasus or stuff.
Yeah, I haven't found any flying animals yet, but I'm guessing that's end game. I don't actually know what the level cap is, so maybe I should figure that out. It's pretty good though. Like I've tamed some wolves and stuff, and I ride them around. It's pretty good.
And how's like, have you done any of the actual mounted combat yet?
No, I haven't actually done mounted combat. I just dismount and then I fight stuff. So
typical stuff.
Yeah.
Your typical MMO stuff.
It's pretty much just an MMO that you can tame your own mounts for me right now. Although the flying I have done, because they give you like a free flying mount for 7 days or something like that. The stuff I've done with that is really fun. Like you can like glide and like ascend and stuff. It's pretty cool.
All right.
And one of the really cool things about like the art style of the game, which I think a lot of games do a bad job of, is they did like a really good job of scale. So like buildings are big enough to be a building, and like doorways are big enough for a person to be able to fit through. Stuff like that. Like I know like World of Warcraft does an okay job, but they still sort of simplify stuff. Like a town will be like
wait. So
seeing
as you're saying that, I have some related stuff to talk about when I talk about something later relating to WoW.
All right. We'll tie it back together.
Some scaling stuff. So we'll wrap back around to that.
All right. Yeah. So once I finish this point, we can go into that. But so like the city that I went to is actually like enormous from like when you're on foot. Like the walls are really high, really thick walls, and it's like a lot of games they don't really care about that. They're just like, oh look, it's a castle, go there and get your quest. But like it actually feels like scale wise like pretty cool. The buildings are like really big and stuff, even though you can't go in a lot of them. They still feel like a real city.
Like, is there a lot of unique designs?
I mean, not really that I've seen. And that actually brings up a big problem with the game, is that like textures are really inconsistent. Like I have quality on maximum, and some textures you get close to and you're like, this is just like 4 pixels. I don't know what they're doing. And then other stuff looks perfect. It looks like almost like Witcher quality textures. Probably not that good, but like looks fine.
I wonder if that's like a graphics problem, like it's poor optimization, or they just use poor textures randomly.
I'm guessing, I don't even know. Like probably those textures they have just like they don't have good versions of them, or it could be that they just haven't put those in for whatever reason because they're like still trying to optimize. I don't know, because I think it's still in beta, I think, or it just came out recently. It's not like an established game yet. Let me check.
So maybe that has something to do with that.
Yeah, let me see real quick if it's still in beta. But you wanted to say something about WoW with like scaling?
Well, no. When I talk about WoW, I'll mention something else that has to do with scaling. But what else have you been playing this week? Like, what else have you been?
Played a bit of Overwatch with you. You were there for that.
Always with the Overwatch.
Yeah,
it just keeps trucking along.
It's always good, except when it's not. But most of the time, it's always good.
Most of the time, it's good.
Yeah,
that's a good game. When most of the time it's good.
Most of the time, it's always good, but sometimes it's not. Let's see, what else have I played? Did I play Metal Gear Solid 5 before last podcast, or have I only played that since?
No. You mentioned that you got it, like you were going to play it.
Okay.
Because you got it during the winter, or not the winter, the summer sale.
Yeah.
I can remember seasons.
Well, that game is interesting. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, I remember the most.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, to me, the most interesting thing is the lack of an audio slider.
Yeah, literally, they have a tab in the options menu that's like audio, and you can choose what is it? It's like in-game music level, but it's not your in-game stuff. It's like files you import music level, like that your helicopter plays. You can choose that, and then you can, I think it's like you can turn subtitles on or off, and that's your audio page. Like they have a tab for it, and they don't have a slider for game volume. They don't have one for voices, in-game music.
Is there a mute? Is there a mute button?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
that is nuts.
Literally, you have to go to your Windows volume mixer and turn the game down, and you can't turn down single elements of the game. It's the whole game or nothing.
That is nuts.
Yeah, and when the game starts up, because it has no audio options, it's super fucking loud, and it makes the beginning like totally just unbearable until you figure out I have to tab out and turn this down. Like, it's crazy. And like, other than that, it's a good game. It's got like pretty good graphic options. Control wise, I think you could rebound keys, but I don't remember because I just played with default settings.
Okay.
But other than that, it's like fine. But that's like a basic thing that like Flash games have, and like I don't know how they don't.
That's the craziest thing for me is that like how a game like that is this good, this successful, and like it got crazy,
this praised, and
yeah. And there's not once did I hear when that game was coming out that there was a missing audio slider.
Yeah, nobody was like, hey, by the way, it's going to explode your ears when you first play it because you can't change the volume. Sorry.
Is this like some sort of vast conspiracy that like Konami did?
Literally, I looked in the discussions on Steam, like the forums for it, and someone was like, hey, where's the audio options? I can't seem to find them. Like, I found one, but it's just like your helicopter's music volume and nothing else. And one of the devs responded and they were like, there are no audio options. And that was it. And that's the end of the thread.
That's great. Like, that's great communication.
Yeah. Why? Could you patch it? Like, it's pretty simple.
At like what point in development do you go like someone had to be like, hey, there's no audio slider in this game.
And somebody else was like, shut up, I don't care.
You're
Solid
fired.
Snake.
That was, you know what, that was probably Kojima. That was probably Kojima.
Yeah, that's why they threw him out and they wouldn't let him put his name on the box. Yeah. They said, Kojima, go make a game where Norman Reedus has a baby. We can't have your crazy audio slider ideas around here. Get out of here.
Audio sliders, God forbid.
Yeah, or even if they would let you type in a number for audio. I don't even care what the scale is. It could be 1 to like 37. And just let me put in a number, please.
But besides that, the game is actually pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It had like camera bob when you're running and stuff, which was really annoying until I figured out I could turn that off. Because you're in third person, so you don't want your camera to be shaking up and down. It makes sense in first person games, but not that. But gameplay-wise, pretty good. The tutorials aren't great, but they're good enough. You can figure stuff out pretty easy. And story-wise, it's batshit insane. I have no idea. I thought it was going to be
That's to be expected.
Yeah, like a stealth, like a military-based like stealth shooter. Because I've never played a Metal Gear game, but I know that's generally what they're about. But no, there's like a demon child who floats in a straitjacket. There's a guy made of fire who can't walk through sprinklers. There's a whale made of fire that I think eats a bus or something like that. Like,
and isn't there a giant robot?
Not in the intro, I don't think. There's probably one. I just haven't seen it yet. I've only played a couple hours. I did the main story stuff until you rescue like one of your old pals, which is like your literal first mission after you get into the world. And then I did a couple side quests, and then I stopped playing for a little while. It's pretty cool though.
All right. Is there anything else you got?
I got a few games. Yeah, I mean, most of them aren't too important. Like, I played a bit of Black Ops 3 again because it's just good. But I lag too much on my internet. But it's still a good game. Played a bit of Doom, like some more snap maps. Those are like pretty good. What were you saying?
Snap map.
Oh,
that
okay.
was a big thing. Snap map.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have much to talk about. It's just fun. I beat the campaign.
And I know
last week. Go ahead.
How about we'll wrap up and tie in with me because we both played Evolve.
Yeah.
Evolve went free to play.
Yeah.
And so we both got our hands on their stage 2 beta.
Yep.
So what did you think about Evolve? We played like one match or a couple matches.
Yeah, we played a couple of real matches. We played 1v1 like 3 times, and I mean, I don't know who won, but I won every time. So
I don't know who won, but
it was literally me every time. Because I'm just really good at games. I'm just really
esports
MLG
2016.
Yeah, Major League Gaming. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad I didn't pay $60 for it because I only have like an hour and a half played, but it's pretty fun. The free to play seems alright. You have at least every type of hero, and you have one monster for free, and you earn currency at a decent rate to unlock new stuff. I haven't spent any of the currency to unlock any new heroes or monsters, but it's because I don't really have enough yet. But it's pretty fun.
It's also worth noting that like they do like a free hero rotation.
Yeah.
Every week, or I think every week they do like a free rotation of the monster and heroes.
I didn't actually know that.
So it's kind of like League of Legends in that sense.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty cool. Or like Heroes of the Storm, anything like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that because literally I've only played launch day on that. But it's pretty fun. Graphically, it's fantastic. Gameplay wise, it's like pretty good. I feel like your jetpacks run out pretty fast as the hunters, but if they didn't, you'd be really OP. As the monster, it's like pretty good. It's hard to win as the monster, although I beat you. But I think
4 NPCs.
That was your first time hunting, though. I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we played public matches, I think the monster won one time, and the monster was like really annoying and like hiding and shit. Like, and he wiped our whole team. I think at stage 2.
It seems like that game is one of those games where it has a really high skill ceiling, but it doesn't really seem like it's there. Like it.
Yeah.
The people who are good at that game are probably really, really good at that game.
Yeah, and
and everyone else is not.
Even if you're a really good monster too, if there's like a coordinated team of hunters and they're like on you all the time, you're dead. Like,
I think one of the times we won is like we killed him before right when he reached the stage 2.
Yeah, because we kept following him. We were like predicting where he was gonna go, taking shortcuts and like catching him every time.
Yeah.
That was really good. One thing I'm not a huge fan of is you can't just pick your class. You can choose your preferred class, and then it won't give it to you. Which is like, I don't know why that system's
Why
there.
even bother?
Yeah, like I picked Trapper or whatever, and nobody else picked Trapper as their preferred class, and it was like, nah, you're Assault. Somebody else gets Trapper, and I don't know why. But yeah, overall, like gameplay wise, graphics wise, even like sound wise, it's really good. It's cool to track the monster. You see their footprints and stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I think I don't know if I quite warmed up to it yet.
Yeah, like,
when I first initially played it, it just seemed not a little slightly above mediocre.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't pay $60 for it.
Sure. Definitely. It's definitely not like a $60 game. And it's you almost think like, do these games come out with like free to play in mind? Do they think like, okay, well, launch at 60, a few months to a year down the line, we'll go to free to play after X amount of dollars and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think they did for Evolve. I think their game literally launched, flopped, died, and they were like, then they went into like, how do we fix this mode, and created their free to play model. And it's been, what has it been, like a year at least, I think, since it originally dropped?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
And yeah, we looked at charts and the numbers spiked for like people playing it, time played. It skyrocketed when it went free to play.
And it's crazy how free to play is still that button that like in case of emergency,
yeah, especially
hit the free to play button.
I guess it makes sense for a multiplayer only game like that because you just need people playing it for it to be good.
Yeah, yeah.
The one thing that I have like against Evolve is the evolution system is literally like less impressive than a Warcraft 3 mod or a Warcraft 3 custom map that I played before. Like literally it's just a worse version of that because it's just you can upgrade your abilities as the monster as you evolve, but it's still a linear. You go stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and you look stage 1 you look a certain way, stage 2 you look a certain way, stage 3 you look a certain way, and there's no special
and it's
options.
always the same 4 things you're upgrading.
Yeah,
you're always upgrading the same 4 traits.
Yeah, and when you upgrade too, you can't be like, I want more spikes, unless you're playing the guy who gets more spikes every time. Like you can't choose anything about your monster. You can just be like, I want my ground slam to be better, I want my charge to be better, and it doesn't visually change anything.
Yeah, there's no like branching off or anything.
Yeah, it's hardly evolving, it's more advancing.
Yeah, which is Charles Darwin would be extremely angry.
I don't know, would he? Maybe. Because I guess that's not evolution. Probably. You're literally just hitting a button that says, make me a better monster. After you eat enough food.
He'd probably have a lot more questions then.
Yeah. What is a video game, maybe?
What is a computer?
Yeah.
What is a screen? What?
How did I get here? A lot of questions.
He'd have way more problems. He'd have way more problems
than how the evolution system works in a game called Evolve. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but Evolve is all right. I think it's pretty good, and I'll
play some more of it.
It seems like they're really committed to their They seem really committed now with their free to play, and they have plans for more.
I think
DLC and stuff. It's
one thing.
Definitely seems like they got it right.
One thing that'd be very cool, given that you're in first person when you're playing the hunters, is if they did like VR support. I think that'd be really, really cool.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be.
I think that would seem
like the perfect environment. Yeah.
Yeah. Because literally, you put on your headset, and now you're on an alien planet hunting a monster. Like that's awesome.
And you can build a lot of tension that way.
Totally.
With the environment building and everything.
Yeah. They could totally, if they pushed into that, I think that'd be very good for them. Or maybe they'll do that for Evolve Actual 2 instead of Stage 2.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Stage 3 or something.
Evolve 2, Stage 1. Yeah.
Yeah. But I got into some games too. I played some stuff. I played a little bit of Darksiders 2. I picked that up at the end of the summer sale. I keep saying winter sale.
Yeah, it's hot outside.
Yeah, I wish it was Christmas because it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And like 70% humidity.
It is brutal.
But yeah, Darksiders 2. I'm only a little bit into it. I just did the second dungeon. Restored the Tears of the Mountain or something like that.
So you're still in like that like
the tree of. I'm still searching for the Tree of Life.
You're in that like mountainy, like Nordic type area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that game is it's pretty good. I played Darksiders 1 a long time ago when that game first came out on like Xbox. And that game was like really good because it was like a Zelda meets God of War, but it's mostly Zelda.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. It's really cool.
This game, it's good, but I don't. It's not as good as. It's not good the way Darksiders 1 was good, and that makes it kind of bad.
I think the problem I had with it is it's not as focused as Darksiders 1. It's more open, and you're doing more boring stuff until you get to the cool parts. But I think the puzzle solving and like the dungeons and stuff are still pretty good.
That stuff is still pretty good, but they kind of in this one they kind of lean heavily in like Diablo style loot and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
And that stuff, that's just I'm not a real fan. I go to games like Zelda because like that's like an RPG without all the stupid RPG shit that's in all games nowadays. Like
it's more
talent tree, stats, min-maxing, and stuff like that. Like it's at some point I enjoy it, but at some point I don't want to like deal with that stuff. And Zelda has always been a good series to do stuff like that. And now Darksiders 2 has all this crazy Diablo stuff, like randomized loot and stuff, and it kind of just turns me away.
Yeah, I liked that stuff. Like I thought it was cool to see it go in like a more RPG direction, away from just adventure puzzle solving, or action adventure puzzle solving. But I do agree. I think I like Darksiders 1 more because it was more of like you were just like it's a straightforward experience.
It's more
it was
consistent.
Really streamlined.
It's more consistent.
Yeah, it really was. Because there's a lot of downtime or like running to places in Darksiders 2.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like it's fun to play. But yeah.
And some of that game just doesn't really run well. Well, not I don't want to say run. It's running fine. I'm getting good performance, but like sometimes there's like the controls are a little funky. Like it's really weird. Is like the keyboard prompts don't even say like a key. It just says like a symbol, and you got to know what that symbol means.
Yeah, they don't actually tell you what the buttons are for things. You have to figure it out.
Which is just like nuts.
What is hand? What is up hand?
What is this circle thing? Like this swirly. What does that mean?
What is this half circle with a line through it? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes like when your movement sometimes feels really awkward, and the camera can be a little
that can
finicky.
Happen. Yeah.
But it's still a good game. It's just, to me, after playing I have such fond memories of Darksiders 1 and then playing this, I was just like,
yeah,
it's a different game. Like it's kind of like, oh man, they could have done more.
You do still get combos and like finishers and stuff.
Yeah,
but
and that stuff is all cool. The combat is really nice.
Yeah, and I think the other nice thing is that there's just a lot of content in it, so it keeps you, even if it keeps you less satisfied than the first one, it keeps you satisfied for longer.
Yeah.
And I believe the version you have came with all the DLC and stuff. So like.
Yeah, I got the definitive edition.
Definitive, yeah. So yeah, I don't remember if I even played all the DLC for it, but I've definitely played some of it, and it was pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
But I also got into a game called Osu Mania. This game is a pretty crazy game. It's been a while. It's been around for a while. I don't know how long, but it's definitely been around for a while. It's a rhythm game, kind of like Guitar Hero. Well, at least the kind it's a rhythm game, but the main Osu, it's weird. Osu is a game where you do some weird thing with circles, but it's still a rhythm game.
Okay.
But there's also a version called Osu Mania, which is like what you do with the keyboards, and it looks a lot more like Guitar Hero.
Okay.
So what I do is I play a lot of what they call 4K, which is just 4 keys. It's D, F, J, and K on your keyboard.
Okay.
It's just a rhythm game. Like, stuff goes down and you hit the button and it's in rhythm to a song.
All right.
But it's nuts. It's like they get really really crazy fast, and the songs it's mostly like Japanese electronica, like anime music.
Great.
100% anime music. But the tracks are all user created. It's all on this like Osu network, and it's really well done. Like the way the framework this game is built in is really really well done. Like the way you join a lobby, and then like the host will show a song. You click the song. Like if you don't have the song, you click to download. You click the song, and then it opens up a web page, and it immediately starts a download. And then you click that down. All you gotta do is click that download, and it does all the file moving and stuff for you, and you're ready to play the song. Okay. It's like this really, really well done, well executed framework that's like really easy to use.
Yeah.
And it makes it like there's this like community of like you go into a random lobby, you play random games, and you get the song. That's how you build your collection of songs.
Okay.
And this game is just like so nuts because like when the first time our friend Vinny showed it to me, he showed me just the game, and then the keys were going by so quickly. Like you can watch gameplay of this and see how quick the stuff goes by. And I'm like, Vinny, this is impossible. Vinny, that's just not human. You're lying to me.
Yeah, he showed it to me.
He showed it to me
like a year or two ago, and I was like, no, I'm not playing this. Like, I can't. What is, like, yeah.
Your fingers are not supposed to move that fast.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, man, it's totally easy. And within an hour, I was able to do that song. Within an hour.
That's crazy.
Like, you get, like, the way, like, there's no other game that I've seen that where you when you can so really feel you getting better at it. Like I've ever since Vinny showed me, I played at least an hour a day since Vinny showed me.
Wow.
And every day it's just like, yeah, you can start seeing yourself get better.
Yeah.
And you're playing like faster songs, harder and harder songs. And it's just, it feels good. Like every time you do like a really good, like few notes or whatever, you feel, it's like, it's one of those immediate satisfactions that you get from games, and you just feel really good. And you just keep practicing, you keep going at it. And it's immediate feedback. Like once you start practicing every day, it's immediate feedback. And you start, like, it's crazy because you stop thinking about the patterns, and your fingers just work independently. And it's nuts. And you can start seeing it as you get better, as you play it more, as you get better, you can start seeing your fingers just start working, and like you're not thinking about like, oh, I had to press 2 on the right and 2 on the left, or 1 on the right and 1. Like you just go. Yeah. It's really, it's just one of those things that like kind of really executes like practice makes perfect. Like a skill-based game that where you can just mindlessly practice at, and there's tons of content because it's people who make the content, so it's always going to keep going. And I didn't like when I first heard of Osu, I thought I'd never get into it, especially when I first saw it. I was like, I'll never be able to do that kind of stuff, and I wasn't even sure if I was like, I don't even know if I want to. Yeah. But after like getting like playing it begrudgingly and doing a couple songs and finally getting the hang of it, it was really fun. And there's so many different like types that you can play. The regular Osu, you can play Osu Mania. There's 4-key, which is what I play, which is D, F, J, K, 4 keys. There's 5-key where they just throw a space bar in there. 6-key, 7-key, 8-key. I think it goes all the way up to 10-key.
All the way up to the entire alphabet. And you just have to type out paragraphs.
You just have to type out everything. You have to type out the code of the song. Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I definitely, I don't know how much I'm going to stick around with it, but it's definitely something I will probably keep coming back to every so often, you know?
Yeah, it's just like a fun little thing.
Yeah, like I always just like, whenever I have a few, like half an hour, I just like, okay, I'll play a little bit of Osu, because it's really quick, it's really fun. Yeah. And it's definitely something that I'm going to keep playing. But besides that, one other thing I got into just Friday was I got into the World of Warcraft Legion beta.
Nice.
Round of applause, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got into the Legion beta, and it's a lot of fun. Nice. Pretty good. I got in and I did the Broken Shore intro.
So there's 2 intro areas, right? Or no?
No.
What am I thinking of? Are there 2 starting zones in Legion?
No.
How do the Broken Isles work?
So here, let me break it down for you, because that's exactly what I did.
Oh, okay.
So I pretty much did the launch experience, and I think the way they lay it out, I think you're gonna be doing the Broken Shore intro before Legion actually drops.
Okay.
And I'll get to why. So you start off and you're mailed a weapon, like in case like, you know, they've done a lot of class changes.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
like rogues can only use staves now.
Yeah, and survival hunters are melee now, so they got mailed a polearm.
Okay.
And you get called to, you know, Orgrimmar like you do.
Yeah.
And you do the Broken Shore intro, which is really, really well done. It's probably out of all like the latest, you know, every expansion has had some sort of intro. The Tanan one was good once. Every time you had to do it again was terrible.
Yeah, even once for me, Tanan was a little boring. It was okay though.
It was way more like.
Do you remember the Mists intro where you go in on the airship and you're like fighting the Alliance?
I never did the Mists intro.
You have to level through Mists.
I did the you know, the quest where
like
you
the
attack
starting
the fortress.
quest. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That one's not that good.
I thought it was cool because you're on the airship and they're like go, and you're like going off the ropes.
But it's quick and easy.
Yeah, but it was like a cool experience.
Quick and like it's like one thing. It's a good little experience.
Mostly,
but like
what I liked was they were like, the Alliance is here already. Kill them. And like I was like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, so this one you're probably not gonna like.
Oh no.
Because like, so here's the way it works, and I thought this was really cool because you're right when you do the intro, you're automatically get into a 5-person party of the Horde.
Okay.
And then you do your battle with like Thrall, Sylvanas, Vol'jin, the whole crew is there.
Yeah.
And you do, and it's split into 2. You're doing your side, and then another group of 5 Alliance players are advancing on their side simultaneously.
Okay.
And you advance through the battle, and then you meet up to do the final thing, and it's like you fight like a big bad, and you're tossing him back and forth between the Horde and the Alliance. Like you do like a 25% of health, and then you knock them back to the Alliance. They do some health.
What do you do in between when the other side's fighting him?
There's ads. There's just ads.
Okay. All right.
But that's like the final fight.
All right. I have one question.
But the lead up to this.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
How do you think that's going to work after launch when there's not like guaranteed 10 people at a time doing it?
I think they've already said like it's completable with just you scale, or they'll add like boss or something,
or NPCs or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things they're really big on in this is like the scaling. Like everything scales to you in the Broken Isles.
Okay.
So after you fight the big bad, you get ported back to Orgrimmar, and you're rewarded a weapon, which I thought was weird, and which is why I think you'll do this quest. You'll do that little scenario before Legion launches, because why would they reward you a weapon when you're just going to get your artifact, which takes place of your weapon? Because you get one quest, and the one quest rewards the weapon, and that's what you get for doing the scenario. So it's just, to me, that makes me think like, oh, you're gonna be doing this before Legion launches.
I'm sure like quest rewards and stuff, if it is after Legion launches, that stuff's all malleable. Like they can change whatever.
Yeah, it's just like this. So from what I've seen of Legion so far, everything seems to be kind of final. It seems like now they're just kind of doing minor balance changes.
Okay.
But it's just, I really think that the Broken Shore intro is going to be probably like the week before Legion launches, I bet.
Okay.
And then after you do that, there's some stuff that goes down in Orgrimmar that's nuts, like especially if you're into the lore. Let's just say, when Cataclysm came around, there was a certain person I was rooting to be the top dog, and it happens. It's nuts.
When Cataclysm, what?
You'll see, man. You'll
right.
see.
All
some
right.
stuff goes down.
Wait, as in War Chief? Or
I don't want to get into any spoilers.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to make it.
All right, I'll find out.
I mean, if you want to be spoiled, we can say spoilers, and people can close their ears.
Yeah,
I'll be happy to spoil it for you.
All right, let's throw the spoiler warning on now. And
all right, so there's going to be some hardcore spoilers right here.
Yeah, so if you don't want to hear that,
shut your ear holes.
Yeah, and don't even look. Close your eyes too, and just wait half an hour.
Don't even look.
Wait 40 minutes. All right.
So in the Broken Shore scenario, we lose, which is also why it's so awesome, because we lose.
Okay.
Varian dies, and Vol'jin dies.
Oh shit, Vol'jin dies.
So, well, it's not even like he doesn't even die there. Like you get ported back to Orgrimmar, and then Sourfang or someone's like, "Hey, you got to come back to Gromash Hold. You got to come to the throne room."
Yeah.
You come in, and then Vol'jin's just lying on the throne room, like clutching his chest and everything.
What, do you get poisoned?
And he's at, like, no, he just got injured, I guess. Like he just got fucked up.
Okay.
And then he's like, so, and then there's a cutscene that they cut that like you're not like, I guess they're gonna add in at the last minute.
Yeah, of like him dying or whatever.
And then you get ported to the front of Orgrimmar, and then there's a funeral for Vol'jin.
Immediately.
And Sylvanas is standing front and center, and she's the new war chief.
Wait, what? She's not an orc. Well, Vol'jin wasn't.
Vol'jin made her the war chief.
Do you think she, like, assassinated Vol'jin to take over?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's
it's interesting.
Really interesting.
So here's a little bit more, a little extra spoiler.
Okay. Double spoiler.
I'm doing the Storm. I did Stormheim as my first zone.
Yeah.
And Stormheim has to do with you, Sylvanas, and that her new right-hand man. What's his name? He's an important lore figure. He's like a ranger.
He's a ranger. Oh, I think I know who you mean. He's like an undead.
White Howl or something.
He has like dogs.
He has a really uniquely weird looking model. It freaks me out.
Is he he's like, is he a Forsaken that has like dogs? Or whatever?
His old model might have been. His old model. His new model looks weird.
He might have been in like Eastern Plaguelands originally.
Yeah. But his new model just looks off. But this in the Stormheim, you go in, you assault Stormheim with you, that guy, and Sylvanas.
Okay.
And then you get attacked by Gilneas people.
Shit.
Gen attacks you, and you fight him off barely. And then Sylvanas like sneaks away. She's doing her own like side op. Like you lose her in the midst of the battle, and you go to try to find her, and then it's like you see a thing, and just like she doesn't want to be followed. She's doing her own secretive thing. So who knows what she's up to? But she's the war chief, and I was so happy. I was like, oh my god.
Do you see, is Koltira anywhere, or is he gone forever still?
I haven't seen him yet. Seen him.
All right, should we end the spoiler now, or?
Yeah, no more major spoilers, no more major lore spoilers. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, welcome back, people. All right.
But after you do all that stuff, then you do your artifact stuff. Your artifact stuff comes along. Mm-hmm. The warrior one is really awesome, and it's just all awesome. Like they really present everything really well. Like the Broken Shore intro is really like you feel like you're assaulting, the Legion, and there's like a whole bunch of mobs. Like there's a part where you do the Broken Shore and you go over a cliff and there's just like demons everywhere, and you're just like, oh, that's shit.
That's sick, yeah.
And so everything is presented really well, and like, and I kind of like, I've been reading a lot about Legion, keeping up with it, and a lot of people are complaining about like the artifact stuff, like you are the best of the best, even though it's an MMO. Yeah. And I get that stuff, I get it, but it's still a lot of fun. Like the warrior. So this is some more spoilers. This is not major spoilers, but it's still spoilers about the warrior. The warrior. If you're interested in doing the warrior artifact, tune out.
Yeah.
The warrior artifact is like you are assaulting. Like it's really cool. Like you go. Sourfang is like all upset after assaulting the Broken Shore. He's like, I'm
did his son die again?
No, like he's just depressed, and he's like, I need to continue fighting. I need to go back there. I need to fight out the fight.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you're like, okay, I'll go fight with you. We'll fight until we die.
Okay.
You as a warrior, and you and Sourfang, you go back to the Broken Shore, and you just go to fight until you die.
That's sick.
And so you're flying, huh?
That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you're flying to the Broken Shore, and then Sourfang, something happens where you get split up from him, and you land, and then there's a bunch of what are they called? Are all of them Vicryl? The big humans?
Yeah.
Are they all Vicryl?
Which ones?
Okay, so the bunch of Vicryls are there. They were human, like they were the alive one.
Okay, yeah, those are still Vicryl.
Okay, yeah. So Vicryl. So you see you arrive, and there's a bunch of Vicryl fighting the Legion as well, and they're like, "Oh, come join us!" And it's very Swedish, very very Swedish.
They're working at an IKEA.
It's all voiceovered.
Yeah.
And so you start fighting with these Vicryls, and then like a couple of the Vicryls die, and then what are the angel ladies called?
Valkyr
come, and they ascend them. And so you keep fighting and ascended more, and then you get to this big bad, and you fight the big bad, and then you die.
Okay.
And then you get ascended into Odin's like palace for the best warriors ever.
Okay.
And so like a lot of people were complaining like, oh, it's so weird like that it's all Vicryl stuff, and like
that's
you're
cool,
an orc.
though. I don't care.
But yeah, it's awesome. Like who cares? You are like Odin is there. Odin is telling you like you are the best warrior ever. And you died because you were fighting like someone that like Magatheriodon until you just died.
Wait, what happens to Saurfang?
I don't know.
Does he die in Ascend, or is he just hanging out?
I don't think so. I think he just flew away.
He was like, "Let's go fight till we die," and then you die, and he's like, "I'm out. That's enough for me." That was too real.
Yeah, I don't know, but you get your weapon, and the weapon's really cool.
I wonder Since they have Sarfang in like a prominent position again, I wonder if we'll see his brother come up, who died in the War of the Ancients, or presumably died.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But after you do that, then you get to a table where it's like, hey, pick which zone do you want to start leveling in.
Okay.
When you start, like, once you do that, like, it's like free reign. You can start in any zone you want. You can start in, which is awesome because, like, I always hate, like, when you go through when you're leveling a character and you get to an expansion, you're like, oh, I gotta go this route because that's the route. Like,
and
that's
everybody's
what you have
there.
to do.
Yeah.
And you have to go to, like, and Mist, you had to go to the whatever the zone was and to the next zone.
Yeah.
Warlords, you had to go to Frostfire Ridge and then Gorgon. Like, it's just annoying. Like, I hate it. But with this one, you could just go to whichever zone you want. Like, whichever zone you want. Well, except for Siramar, because that's only 100. That's the 110 zone. So besides that one.
Okay.
But the artifact stuff is really, really awesome. I did some of the Demon Hunter stuff. I know you're gonna hate me, but that stuff is also awesome. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to see if I'd like it, and I loved it.
Nice.
That stuff is really awesome. Like, I haven't finished it, but the starting zone for the Demon Hunter is also on par with the Broken Shore stuff. It's just assaulting demons, and you're just murdering a bunch of demons, and it's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. That's the whole expansion. That's what I can say about Legion so far. It's just that it's awesome.
That's awesome. Like, that's good to hear. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's just it oozes awesomeness, and the big thing is, oh, how long will this stay? Because Warlords kind of at first was.
It was like a lackluster awesomeness, though. Like, it was an alternate awesomeness.
Because it was awesome, but then it was always like, but it's in like an alternate universe, and that's weird, and that stuff is.
And like, none of this actually matters, and like.
Yeah. But this time, it's just all around, like, it just feels awesome and looks awesome, and so, you worry about the longevity of it, but I feel like there's a lot of things to do with your artifact, your order hall, the world quest, the Mythic Plus dungeon, the prestige system if you're in the PvP. Like, there's just, to me, it seems like this is one of those. This is the expansion that just oozes content to shut up all the people who are like, oh, there's never anything to do.
That's me. Like, literally, that's me.
Well, like, and I think this is like Blizzard going like, take this, and do whatever. If you can't, if this isn't enough, then they can't.
All right.
One other little thing that was awesome about the Legion beta was being in Dalaran again, which is the nostalgia hit me. The nostalgia hit me hard. Like, right, seriously, being in Dalaran again is awesome.
Nice. That'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait till it actually comes out.
Yeah, it's August 29th or something like that.
30th.
Close enough.
The pre-patch is coming out Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Probably when this podcast comes out. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can play that and listen to this.
Yeah. Great.
But besides that, that's pretty much all I got for what I've been playing.
All right.
Is there anything else you want to get into before we talk about the news?
I just started playing Star Wars: The Old Republic again. Don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to Jesse Cox's Star Wars New Canon book club, and I was like, I want to play some Star Wars. So I patched it. I didn't resub, but they just made the new story stuff from Knights of the Fallen Empire like available, I guess. So I just started playing that. I had chapters 1 through 9 from when I subscribed back when the expansion came out, and then when I started playing, wasn't subscribed, and I just started playing chapter 10, and it's good. It's fun.
Now
stuff.
I thought when that latest expansion came out for SWTOR, it was like a living world where like the story advances whether or not you're playing or not. How do you? If I wanted to get back into it now, like would I have missed stuff?
No, the problem with joining it late is you don't get to the hub area till you're done with chapters like 1 through 9 pretty much. So you're just kind of railroaded on like a 9 like full-size story mission quest, like a 9-part full-size thing quest. There's no real stopping points. There's some like safe spots, but you never get to a town with vendors or like other quests. You're just on this like railroad of an adventure.
Really?
From
How
chapters
long?
1 through 9. It takes a while. Each chapter takes
And
like
can you
probably a
like
few hours.
stop at any point? And...
You could like it's a quest like any other. You can just stop doing
Oh,
it, but
okay.
you can't like go back to Dromund Kaas or like the fleet or whatever. I maybe you can,
Is it so?
but
Was that expansion kind of like the Cataclysm of SWTOR?
no, because the level 1 through 50 is the exact same as it was. But once you hit, actually 1 through 55 is the exact same, or is it 1 through 60? I don't know. You play through the other expansions, Rise of the Hutt Cartel and Shadow of Revan, like usual, and then when you
Hmm.
get to this one, I think it's level 60 is where it starts. It shakes everything up. It changes your whole roster of companions. It's really, the intro is really really cool, and it's something. It's been a while since I played the intro to it, but it was really unexpected the way stuff went down. I like it makes you mad at the enemy, and like it's pretty good. Um, and it's also really cool. Like
Didn't they do something where they like restarted your character? Like your character gets teleported to the
kind
future or
of.
something?
So yeah, you're in cryosleep for I think 5 years or something like that.
Oh.
So that's how they justify how different everything is once you're out. But it doesn't change the old worlds other than adding in certain quests here and there.
Mhm.
Like, you start recruiting companions again after Chapter 9, or it might be after Chapter 10, because that's what I did yesterday. So you get, in your like crew and companion window, you get alerts where you can travel to worlds and go recruit a companion, like you do their quest or whatever, and then you get
Yeah.
them on board, and then you can have them as a companion, and they'll be like around your base, I think. It's really cool. It's not, as far as I know, you can't get all of the original companions back yet. Maybe you can. Like maybe I just don't have those quests yet. But it's pretty cool. And let's see what else. Yeah, like during the intro, this is a spoiler for the intro. Me and Darth Mar crashed like an entire Imperial flagship into like an enemy fleet and detonated it, and like that was awesome. That was
Oh, that
really
sounds
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
and like just as because like you were losing the battle, and you and Darth Mar are like, all right, let's do this. Like, and you like get down to the engine room and like set it to like fly into the enemy fleet and detonate. It's like it's really really cool. That's a spoiler for the intro of it though, and it doesn't have to go down that way. You can do it a different way, but that's the best way.
All right.
So
I
yeah,
might get back into that again. I
It's-
might.
yeah, it's probably not a great time to get back into it with Legion about to come out. But if you're bored
Yeah.
waiting a month for Legion, you can play through this whole story in a couple weeks probably.
All right.
It's pretty fun. And also, if you buy or subscribe or whatever, like if you get access to the new expansion, you get a free level 60 character boost, or you can make a level 60 character to start the
Okay.
expansion with. That part's not free though. You have to pay something for that. But yeah, it's good.
All right. And what did you do with Berserk?
Oh, with Berserk. So yeah, I've been keeping up on that. Still really good, still really weird. But the game news for that is that they're making a Dynasty Warriors game for it for PlayStation platform. So it's going to be coming out this fall, which seems that style of game is like perfect for Berserk, because if you're playing as Guts and you just cut everybody in half, like huge armies and stuff, like that'd be awesome. It should be really cool.
I've never been a big fan of the Dynasty Warrior style games, but I see their appeal where you're
Yeah.
just facing a big army and you're just slicing and dicing dudes.
I don't like the general like setting of them. I just don't care for it. Like it's not my style. But the gameplay is really fun to just like cut through huge armies, and like I watched Jesse Cox play through Zelda Hyrule Warriors, I think it was called Hyrule
Yeah.
Warriors, and that was awesome. Like that is really cool to watch. I would like to have played that, but I'm not going to buy a Wii U for it. But having this Berserk game come out for PS4, I already have that, so like I'll be playing it for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks cool.
All right, so I guess we'll get into some news then.
All right.
We got a lot of stuff happened in the past couple of weeks. A lot of stuff. So let's just go right down the list.
All right.
Some people might already. This is like pretty much old news now, so people probably already know all about this.
Yeah.
I don't even know a lot about it because I don't play Counter Strike. But there was a lot of drama going around with this Counter-Strike Go and some YouTubers and the gambling skins.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know about Counter-Strike Go and their skins?
I know the basics. So like you get like boxes or whatever, and then you buy keys to open them.
Yeah.
And you get skins.
You get the crates and you buy the keys.
Yeah.
And the skins. And these skins can be worth a lot of money. A lot of money, like thousands of dollars.
I've heard of somebody I know, I think, selling a knife skin or something like that for like a couple $100, which is crazy. That's really cool. But like, yeah,
digital item.
Yeah, I mean it's reminiscent of like Diablo 2 and how you could sell actual in-game items for real money.
But so people gamble with this kind of stuff. Like there's websites devoted to gambling with your Counter-Strike inventory.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I guess like there was these YouTubers who would like promote this gambling site, and it turned out that they owned and operated that gambling site.
Literally the owners of it, and they were running it.
Yeah, never disclose anything.
Yeah, they made videos like, hey, we heard about this site. It's a really cool site that somebody told us about.
And they would even show videos of like them like winning stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So like you don't even know if that could have been manipulated in some way.
Yeah, and even if it wasn't, it's not good practice to advertise something like, you know what I heard about this thing, but actually I made it. Like
it's my thing. It's the money that you spend goes to me.
Yeah.
But that's my little secret.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
it's pretty nuts, and they Steam made a statement. They're gonna start looking at their people who use their API and go after them if they're using it for wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think some of the YouTubers said something, but I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure some of them either apologized or they were like, we didn't mean to like mislead you. We were just trying to yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for them. I don't know any of them. Like it could have just been that at the time they thought that was the better way to advertise it, but they should have been more transparent. They should have been more transparent about it.
Yeah. We also got something that came out of nowhere. The big shocker was Pokemon Go came out.
Yeah, which almost seems ridiculous to talk about because everybody knows about it for sure.
Yeah. Everyone, if you don't know what Pokemon Go is, I'm sorry.
Where have you been? Yeah.
I'm sorry for the rock that you live under.
Yeah. But maybe you could find like a Geodude down there. So
maybe you could find a Geodude down there if you get cell reception.
Yeah.
And if the servers are in your favor.
Yeah, which they won't be, but they might be now. They've been getting better.
They might be now. Who knows? But yeah, Pokemon Go came out of nowhere and it took over the world.
Yeah, literally.
Who would have thought?
Mass hysteria. Countries are collapsing.
People finding bodies.
Yeah.
People are falling off cliffs.
Yeah, some kids got shot at like yesterday or today.
I saw a video of like this thing in New York of people, like probably hundreds of people rushing towards this park because they saw a Vaporeon.
That's
it's
incredible.
Nuts what this thing is doing.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like people are going outside and talking to people. I'm not, but other people are. Like literally. Yeah, go ahead.
It's nuts because like no one, like
nobody expected
when Pokemon Go came out, I was like, shit, that what? When?
Yeah.
Who?
I just started seeing stuff about it and I was like, wait, when? What? How did?
When did this?
Yeah, it was like the day
Pokemon Go was a thing. I knew it was like they were, the people from Google teaming up. I knew they were. It was happening.
But I didn't know it was happening now.
Yeah, like I don't even think they knew it was happening now. It's like they almost accidentally released it.
Yeah, like I just started seeing stuff about it and I was like, when did this happen? Like, and it was like I saw stuff about it. I think either the day it came out or the next day. It was when I downloaded it. But
and it immediately became a hit. Like
it's enormous. It's crazy. Like
and then a lot of people are saying like, oh, like no, none of these people have played Pokemon before and stuff like that. But like,
who cares?
Something that like that you, like a lot of people don't realize is previously to play a Pokemon game, you had to buy like a Game Boy, a Nintendo DS or 3DS, and that's how you would play Pokemon.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, everyone knows what Pokemon is. Like everyone's seen a Pikachu, and now they can play a Pokemon game with a thing that they already have. So it's almost like no wonder that this thing became a hit.
Yeah, and it's crazy, like, just how it's changed, like, towns and cities and stuff. Like, people are
businesses are like trying to get in on it. Like, oh yeah, we're a Pokestop.
If we can get a Pokestop here, that'll get people to come here.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and people are like meeting new people. Like,
yeah,
people are hanging out at these gyms and stuff like that. It's
yeah. I know. My friend told me that in like the downtown area of our hometown, which is not like a city. It's like a town commons area.
Yeah.
Literally like every night there's just groups of people there like hanging out because there's like 2 or 3 Pokestops right around there, and there's just people like they're always lured, and people just walk around catching Pokemon and using the Pokestops for like an hour or two like every night. Like, it's crazy.
What's even stranger is it's not that good of a game.
The big problem
it's not even that good of an app.
It's a pretty good app. Sometimes. It's all right.
The servers are crap.
The servers aren't necessarily crap. I think the problem is that literally everybody in the world is using it, like, or everybody in the U.S.
Well, yeah. But also, like, I know there's like various glitches when sometimes they're catching a Pokemon and like it'll just crash.
Yeah, that stuff will definitely happen.
And it's very the only thing it captures from the Pokemon series is the capturing of Pokemon. That's it.
Well, the battling system, do fights, right?
The battling system is just like tapping on your phone.
Okay, I haven't actually done a battle. There's a gym at a Best Buy that's like across the street from me, but literally haven't been there. It's just such a hassle. It's a hassle. And none of my Pokemon are that strong. I don't want to fight these like CP 800 things. I can't fight that.
With your CP.
Yeah,
the game, like, it's a very bare bones game. Like,
it's just fun to catch Pokemon. Like, you find Pokemon and you catch them, and that's awesome. Like, that's enough.
Well, yeah, that is arguably one of the best parts about Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how stupidly clever this game is.
Yeah.
Because it took one of the best parts and made it the entire game.
Yep. And also, they've got to be making bank from people buying Pokeballs or Pokecurrency or whatever.
Well, see, what's even nuts is it's been in the top 100. It's been the first place in the top 100 grossing on the iTunes store. And so people have done the numbers, and to do that, you have to be making like over $1.5 million a day. People are speculating that they've already made over $20 million. You know, there's also the Android version, so we don't even know how to account for that.
Oh, I have the Android version, yeah.
Yeah. Nintendo stocks have went up like 25%, but people are also saying like that didn't have anything to do with Pokemon Go. But
what else would it have to do with?
I don't know. I'm not an investor, but like it came out and it became a financial like one of the biggest like instant financial hits ever. Like Nintendo just printed money.
Yeah.
Printed a lot of
printed Pokecoins, and people paid actual money for them. Yeah. And yeah, I don't blame anybody for playing it or like anything. It's awesome. It's fun. Go hang out with people.
It's a interesting game. Like it does interest. I wish more games were like that. Like I wish there were more games that had like location based.
It encourages walking. Like, other than just catching Pokemon to hatch an egg, you have to walk like 5 kilometers or whatever. There's stuff like that. Like, it's just good. Like, it just does good things. And yeah, there could be like potential privacy things, like, oh, people can find you, but like people could find you anyways. You're not fucking special. Like,
yeah,
nobody's hunting you. If there is somebody hunting you, I'm sorry. Like, you shouldn't have to live that life. But that's how it is.
You've done something strange.
Yeah. Yeah. But Pokemon Go is not going to be the straw that lets these people catch you. They're already after you, and they're going to find you.
Yeah. But it's just crazy. It's nuts, and it's. I just wonder how long this is gonna last. Like, I wonder how long. I give it a month, and then no one talks about this again.
I don't think so. I think it'll definitely fade. I don't think people will hang out in the town commons forever. But especially once the school year starts back up, people will be like, if schools have gyms near them or whatever, like kids like lunch or whatever could
would
do
you
battles.
think at that point schools would start like trying to make it so like, hey,
try to
have a gym here, or
or there can't be Pokemon near here? I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't. Be weird. Even if schools do that, can they? Like, does the company?
I don't know. But
like Pokemon Go doesn't have to listen to them.
They could.
Yeah.
They don't, but like they could pressure them, and
yeah.
Niantic could be whatever. People with no backbones.
But also like for college campuses and stuff, I think it'll be really cool. Like, I have yet to see mine. If there's a gym nearby or even on campus, that'd be awesome. Because it's just cool to see like what team is going to control like the gyms near you, or like, and it'll start to settle down, I think, and become just like more of a casual thing rather than people are out there like every day playing hardcore. But it'll be cool to see it sort of calm down and just be like a fun, casual app.
It'll be. I think it'll stick around. Like but I don't think like I just don't see people like walking around with their dogs constantly just to play this game.
I kind of see that. Like that's currently what's happening.
Well, I'm like I don't see that happening like
a year down the line.
Yeah, 6 months, a year from now.
I think it's crazy how quickly it's become such a huge part of at least online culture, but just culture in general. Like everybody's talking about it, everybody's playing it. People are mad at people who play it. People like people who play it. Like everything. There's
and I think that's just because it's like it's a phone and it's Pokemon. There's a big social aspect to it. Yeah. Like it's a huge recipe for success. Huge recipe for success.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really cool though. Overall.
And moving on, we got the GTX 1060 got announced. The barrier of entry, I guess their lowest entry for the new 1000 series.
Yeah.
It's going to be MSRP at $249.99.
That's not bad
for that thing, and I believe they said it's going to have the performance of a 980.
Yeah,
for $249.
That's incredible. That's really, really crazy.
This is a wonderful time to be alive. This is a wonderful.
It really is. Like these.
With the 1070 and the 1080, and like if you're of AMD flavor, you can get the R9 480, which they're all good. It's all great. It's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time. It's the best of times.
It looks like I'm looking at the GeForce website, and they compare it to the 960, and it's got pretty much double the performance in almost everything.
That's crazy. That is absolutely, and it's what all these 1000 cards are really power efficient.
Yeah. For VR, it has 3 times the performance, but for most games, it's about double the performance of a 960, or a little bit under double. But really, really cool.
And I think it's supposed to be out, I think, sometime later this month or next month, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen an actual release date for it yet, but next couple months for sure.
And I think this is probably like the perfect like entry level card for a decent like console killer build if you're doing something like that.
Yeah.
A really cheap card to just get yourself into like the PC gaming.
Honestly, like the 960 you could use in a console killer build, but this will be way better if you can wait a month or two.
Yeah, and like for $249
for a comparable price,
you're not going wrong. Yeah, you're not going wrong.
Yeah.
I definitely can't wait to get my hand on one of these 1000 cards. I'm eyeing a 1080, and I am super excited to get one because they just they with the new Vulkan technology, the power efficiency, the Pascal stuff. I really can't wait to see like what this generation of like GPUs.
Yeah.
When developers start start pushing this to the extreme,
it'll be really cool to see what they can do.
Yeah, we also got the Red Dead Redemption Xbox One backwards compatibility.
Nice.
That was rumored for a couple months or for a few months now. It was accidentally leaked onto the backwards compatibility store thingy. Then it got quickly taken down, but now it's on there for realsies.
Nice.
And I don't know about you. Did you play Red Dead Redemption when it came out?
No, I never played it ever. I think I played a little bit.
Amazing. It was one of the best games. Probably, I would say one of the best games of that generation. One of the best games of that generation.
Actually, turns out I watched part of a playthrough. I didn't ever play it. Yeah.
It's a really, really good game, and I wish I had an Xbox One so I could keep playing it.
Yeah.
Or so I could play it again. But that game was so good. It could come out now and still like stand on its own.
Yeah.
And then we got the G2A is trying to become also for realsies. They're moving to legitimize their business. They are doing some stuff in the works to supposedly verify where they get their keys from, to take down fraudulent key sellers, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, yeah.
Will this actually go, will they actually like do this well? Will the prices go up?
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed if they do it. I think it's good if they do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah.
But I don't think they will. I don't trust G2A. I know they recently moved their quote unquote moved their headquarters to China for tax reasons.
Yeah.
So it's just they're shady.
We'll see.
GTA has always been shady.
Yeah. We'll see moving forward if they actually stand up to decent business practices or legitimacy. It'll be interesting.
I got 80% odds on them not.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Then we have No Man's Sky went gold.
Yeah.
That game is coming out August 9th. It crept up. It got delayed.
Yeah.
And then I thought it got delayed way farther than what it actually got delayed.
Yeah.
And, realizing that it's coming out August 9th made me think, oh,
yeah,
there's a lot of games coming out.
For the amount of death
No Man's
threats
Sky is
they
one
got,
of them.
For the amount of death threats they got, they did not delay it that long.
Yeah.
That would deserve maybe one death threat, not a bunch.
Maybe one.
And not even a mean death threat. I hope you pass away peaceably someday.
JK smiley face.
Yeah, just kidding. I want to play your game.
Real quick, we got that mini NES that Nintendo announced. I think they announced it Wednesday, Friday.
This past week they announced it. Yeah.
Sometime a couple days ago. But I think this is really awesome. It's a $60, $59.99 miniature NES, literally a small Nintendo Entertainment System with a bunch of games preloaded on it, including the original Zelda 1, Zelda 2, the first 3 Super Mario Bros, Metroid, Double Dragon, bunch of stuff from the NES.
A lot of
you
really,
get
a lot of really nostalgic games, really memorable stuff.
Yeah. And then you even get the controller. You get the original controller, and it has an HDMI cable.
Yeah.
For $60, this is awesome. It's coming out in November, and I can't wait to get my hands on one. I didn't grow up obviously me and you are probably too young to grow up. That thing came out in '83, I think.
Let's see, for the original NES, we had one when I was a kid, but it wasn't it didn't come out recently,
Yeah.
I remember in 2000 we replaced it with a N64, I think, or maybe it's 99, something like that. Yeah.
I always grew up my sister grew up having an NES, but we didn't have one at the house. But what she did was by the time I was a kid, emulator technology has already caught up, and she had a bunch of games burned onto a disc, and we would play on the computer emulated NES games. And that's how that's probably how I got into gaming. We playing Mario with my sister.
Yeah, I think when I was really little we had a Super Nintendo, and
an SNES.
Yeah, I think we went from that to N64, and my parents sold it or got rid of it when we got the N64, and then my brother used to work at GameStop, and in probably 2002 or 2003 he got an NES and a bunch of games for it for $5. He got a crate full of stuff.
Nice.
And so we had played that for a couple of years before it stopped working, the cords went bad or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't a childhood thing for me, but I was still a kid when I played that stuff.
Yeah. I can't wait till this thing comes out, and I think people are speculating that they might do a mini SNES in the future, a mini SNES.
I mean, they totally could.
which would be really cool.
Yeah, these games are so small by modern standards. They could do like anything with that stuff.
Yeah.
But also, again, pretty much out of nowhere. They didn't announce it, really. They were just... Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this is the announcement, but there was no hype before it. Suddenly they were just like, hey, we made this. It's going to come out soon. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
$60. There's some games on it.
Yeah, $60 you can get... It's like 30 games, I think it comes with, and you can get up to 60 games for it or something.
No, I think it's a flat... It's like a flat number. It's one package. It's one package. They're all preloaded onto... There's no cartridges.
Yeah, I don't know if you could like download stuff though.
No, it's just an emulator in a box with games preloaded on it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's coming out in November and $60
should be cool.
Stores near you.
It should be a really cool like novelty thing for people who are really nostalgic about that time period of gaming.
I think it's like it's coming out in November, which makes it perfect for a Christmas gift. It's like that game that the granny can look like, I remember that thing. I will get it for my little boy Timmy.
Is the grandma?
And most of the time she would be wrong, and you'd be like, no, Grandma, no, that's not good. No, Timmy doesn't want that. But this time you'd be like, oh no, Timmy might want you did good, Granny.
Timmy's 30 years old, and he really wants it. Yeah.
But then last but not least, and this is some big news, there's a bunch of Overwatch stuff happening.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about Overwatch for like the millionth time.
Yeah.
Talk about WoW for the millionth time, and we're going to talk about Overwatch again.
Overwatch.
You already don't like those things. You must really hate us.
Yeah.
But a new hero got announced. Anna. Is it Anna?
Anna.
Anna?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed? Is that the lore?
That's what they said in the trailer. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. She's a support sniper, which is cool.
Yeah.
She can like shoot people, and
With
depending
healing.
on they're good or bad, it will heal them or kill them.
She's like the Santa Claus of snipers.
Yeah.
Like,
shoots you with bullets if you're bad, and shoots you with like good drugs if you're good.
Yeah, just like Santa Claus. It's uncanny.
But she's not fat.
She has one eye, just like Santa Claus. She's from Egypt, just like Santa Claus.
Has white hair, just like Santa Claus.
Just like Santa Claus, yeah, and like a face tattoo, just like Santa Claus. It's crazy the amount of
just like
similarities.
Santa's teardrop.
Yeah, from when he killed that guy in prison. He was naughty, though. To be fair, naughty.
That's how it works. But yeah, she has a few pretty cool abilities. She has this like sleeper dart that can be used to stun people and even like break their ults, which is really cool. She has her ult is like a power up thing, which is really interesting because like it does nothing for her. It only powers up like someone else. It makes them go faster, and gives them more health, and it makes them do more damage. And apparently, from what people have been saying, it's really more like a lot more damage. Like you put that on a Reinhardt, and he will clean house.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Like the one that they had in the trailer for her like skills or whatever. That was, I think, she buffed her Reinhardt, and he just went in and like swept up the enemy team with his hammer.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
What's really cool about this is they announce all this stuff, and then they just like put it all on the test round. Like they were all just like, "Hey, this stuff, and you can do it. You can play it today." And they dropped it on the test round, which I think is really. I like it. I like surprise releases, as it turns out.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really cool. Her abilities look really cool. I'm a little concerned. Like the first week she comes out, it's gonna be shitty. Like it's just, everyone's gonna pick her.
It's gonna be flooded with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
In teams where they
and like the other thing I'm worried about with her is like, the other thing I'm a little worried about is just like, in public matches, like if someone picks her, will they actually heal or will they just like snipe people? Like will they actually like snipe friendly people and heal them?
It's probably going to be one of those more support healers where like you don't want her as your only healer, but it doesn't hurt to have her on the team. As like a mid-range healer. Yeah.
But I just worry in pub matches because people is so quick with the Widowmakers and Hanzos, like they're just people who like this, they see the sniper and they're like, oh, I gotta get all the snips and the snips and the kills
the
and
snaps,
the no scopes and the 360 no scope collateral
on a ladder collateral 360
I just worry that like in public matches, like it's just gonna be crappy for
Yeah,
a while.
I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like you definitely don't want her as your only healer, but it won't hurt to have her on the team if you have another healer.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like you're like, hey, switch
Speaking
off
of a healer,
Go ahead.
Speaking of a healer who was like that, is Zenyatta is getting a much needed health buff. Zenyatta was 150 health, and now he's getting to 200 health.
Yeah.
And he's also getting his ult will also make him move faster now.
Yeah.
So that gives him a bit more mobility because he has like 0.
Yeah.
But now the 200 health will hopefully be good. They have said that like if the test realm doesn't do good, they might lower it to 175. But I think any health buff is good for Zenyatta. Like,
I mean, Zenyatta's already pretty good. But like, yeah, he could definitely be really squishy. He's easy to take out.
Yeah, he can get one-shotted by. Yeah, he can be one-shotted by a Reaper, like straight up.
If you get point blank, if you
one-shotted by a Widowmaker.
A lot of times, since Zenyatta gets that thing where he like can highlight you with like where he can put a Discord orb on you, it can be really hard to close on him as a Reaper unless you sneak up on him, because he'll just start hitting you with like his needles and shit.
But
Zenyatta's
damage is nuts.
Yeah. I feel like if they buff him up like that, they should probably drop his damage a little bit, but I don't think they are right now. But I guess we'll see.
I think they're just looking at his health right now.
Yeah, I guess we'll see once they get feedback from the public test realm how that goes.
Yeah.
Or test server.
Our good friend Diva also got a buff. Her shield.
Good friend.
Her shield is now like a toggle, kind of like Pharah's jetpack or Reinhardt's shield. Like you hit the button and it just drains a meter.
Well, Reinhardt, you have to hold the button.
But this is like a toggle.
Okay.
And her ult will no longer kill her, so she no longer has to like do the nuke and then like scramble and run away.
Oh, okay.
And I think the recharge time on that got increased as well.
So it takes longer.
She got no, it's quicker. I think she got hers buff.
I feel like Diva is already pretty good.
Her weak spot is pretty huge.
I guess, yeah.
Her crit area is like one of the biggest in the game. So she would get, if you like, especially on Reaper, if you were like coming at her straight on and just like headshotted her, like critted her the entire time, you can take her mech down pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's some other balance changes. Some stuff like they increased a lot of the ult times on a lot of characters. There's various other balance changes, but the Zenyatta buff and the Diva buff are the biggest. And they also are changing the way the competitive mode works. Slightly, they're getting rid of the set sudden death stuff. They're just now going to be like I think it's just going to end in a tie now. I think they said like ties are okay, and they're working on like making the ties feel good. But that's just going to be a tie, and they're also limiting it to one character per team. No more hero stacking.
Which, yeah, I think both of those are much needed for the competitive mode.
Yeah, and I almost kind of wish it'd be in the public mode too, but
yeah, I wish they would add a quick play playlist where you could enable that.
Yeah,
I would play that for sure. I mean, there's no sudden death already, but like character stacking, fuck that. Like I would much rather there was one of each.
Annoying. Yeah, it's fun every now and then, but it's just like at some point it's just annoying.
The tough point,
especially like when I'm all ready to play like a serious game, and I'm like, I pick Lucio. I'm like, okay, team, I'm gonna be the healer. Let's do this. Team. And then they all want to go. Oh, and I'm like,
they all want to go. What? You cut out there.
I don't want to play the game anymore. They all want to go Soldier 76.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh no, I don't. I don't want to do this.
Sometimes when you're on Route 66 for defense, and 2 people pick Hanzo, and the rest of the team says, "This is our life now. Like we're all Hanzo until we die. Nobody switch. We're doing this till we lose." But that stuff's fun. But yeah, if you want to play serious and the rest of your team is like, "LOL, we're all Reaper," haha, like that can be annoying. But where was I going with that? It's
good to know it's that like Blizzard is definitely keeping up with the game. Like they're definitely committed to the game, and they're really taking a good approach to the balances. They're taking approach, and I like the new hero. I can't wait to play her.
Yeah,
really good.
I think
she has like one that makes her look like a Destiny character.
Yeah, where I was going with the character cap thing is it would be tough in public matches to enable that. You'd have to make sure everybody was connected to the lobby first, because otherwise just the person with the fastest connection would just be like, I got my character, nobody else can, every time.
Yeah.
So you could get kept from playing the character you like because some dude with a faster internet connection is always grabbing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that would be cool to see in public matches, but definitely needed for a competitive mode.
Yeah, for sure. And Overwatch continues to be great. It's a good game.
It's still just fun.
More people should play it, and I think a lot of people already are.
It's nice to see. It's only been a couple months, and they've already got a new character. It'd be nice if they were able to pump out characters a little faster, but it's a good thing they're taking their time, making them quality.
Don't want to pump out too many characters and leave it unbalanced.
And they're all just Soldier 76. Yeah, like it's good to keep them diverse.
Soldiers.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it. Do you have anything you want to add before we sign out of here and get this thing?
No, I think that's probably it, right?
All right, that's it. Thank you all for watching or listening, or watching if you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Have fun, and this is us signing out.
Yeah, great. Ending.
Click the button.
I'm doing it.
Click a button.
I'm about to.